Look at this venue. What a remarkable scene for hopefully what will be a remarkable fight. We are live at Valcor Bay. And next to me for the broadcast, the Brown Bomber. And here comes the Easton assassin, Larry Holmes. Dominated the heavyweight division in the early 80s. In fact, he went 48 fights before suffering his first defeat. Watch out for that very impressive jab.
As soon as the ball goes, don't blink. That fight could be over.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, and iconic longtime world champion who defended his title for a record of 12 years, introducing a heavyweight champion of the world, the one and only Brown Bomber, Joe Louis. Fighting out of the blue corner from Eastern Pennsylvania, here is one of boxing's all-time greats, the heavyweight champion of the world, known as the Easton Assassin, introducing Larry Holmes.
An open-air outdoor stadium. What a venue for this contest.
It's hard. You got to concentrate, preserve that energy, because when the heat's on you and you get hit, that's double heat.
What a great venue and what a great matchup. Cannot wait for this one. And we're underway in round one. Caution is being thrown to the wind. The jab not finding its target. Do you believe this? This counter-puncher is going to wait for you to move first, and then will strike like a snake. Keep an eye on this guy.
They have got great ring IQ. Counter-punches are the best.
I'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
The winner of this surely will get a world title shot. He threw a punch and just got countered. Both men step back for just a moment. Big whiff with the right hook. One punch could change anything when these two step in the ring. That counter shot left. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Well, we know they've got the... Here we go, round two. Who's going to land the first big shot? After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
How about that time counter shot? This fighter focuses on his long, straight punches, staying on the outside and winning round after round.
You want to corner an outside fighter, make them fight off the rope because they don't want to do that. They don't want to stand still. They want to move left to right. Pin him down. Throw a blank on him.
Beautiful counter punch. Nice punch. These two are the perfect dance partners.
Perfectly matched. skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. They are not going to let this one go to the judges. He just misses with that jab. The straight right just misses. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. That bell could not have...
He was close to this fight.
There's the bell to start round 3. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Like this. This is like Rocky versus Apollo. Well done with that counter shot. Caution being thrown to the wind. One punch could end this fight for either of these two heavyweights.
What you've got to do, Tony, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in the guess.
Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Another scoring shot there. Nice counter shot. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Well, there was Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
The perfect counter lands. Counter punch caught him clean. I think that will look even more dramatic in slow motion.
You're right, God. What a shot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
It's going to take more than that to keep this fighter down.
That is a show of character. When you're put down, your eagle's hurt, your chin's hurt, your body's hurting, and you've got to get up, suck it up, and think, right, back in the game again. It's so hard for a fighter.
Pretty good start the first half of this round.
The corners must be so happy. Down to a T, play the plan out to a T. If they can pick up momentum and do this over and over and over again, they've got it.
Hook was thrown with some bad intentions. They exchange punches. That jab doesn't score. 10 seconds to go, and what domination we've seen in this round. The corner hasn't thrown in the towel yet.
Switch on. Get this boxing back together.
On to the fifth we go. Last round was a disaster. What can they do here to turn this around?
2 knockdowns in that last round. There'd be sheer panic in that corner. What do? Do they throw the towel in? Do they let him come back out again? Because they know their fighter is like a lamb to the slaughter.
Nice counter. One punch changes everything in this division. Did you see that? Wow, what a shot! And it's over! A home run swing, and that will do it here! Wow, that impact was incredible. Let's take another look at it.
I need to see that again.
So time to go celebrate after a knockout win here.
A knockout victory. That is Todd. Did you see the shot? That's not a knockout. That's an assassination. What a shot.
It's time for the talking to stop and the fighting to start. This should be good. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me, former world champion Johnny Nelson.
Looking forward to this one, Todd.
Time for our tale of the tape. Eastern assassin Larry Holmes, perhaps one of the most underrated and underappreciated heavyweight champions of all time. He's got plenty of power and one of the best jabs in the heavyweight division. The gentleman of boxing.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Easton, Pennsylvania, here is one of boxing's all-time greats, the heavyweight champion of the world, known as the Easton Assassin, introducing Larry Holmes. Fighting out of the blue corner, from Brooklyn, New York, here is the Olympic gold medalist and the 2-time heavyweight champion of the world, and truly one of the all-time greats, Floyd Patterson.
Not too many seats to be had in this arena as the hype continues to build for this showdown.
I love this arena. I dream of places like this. I dream of fights like this. I dream of atmospheres like this, but it could only happen here.
No doubt about it, this was the hottest ticket in town by a country mile. Every seat has been sold. High hopes for this battle between these two athletes. Oh, he took that jab well. They're giving us a high-tempo show. Not too many seats to be had in this arena as the hype continues to build for this showdown.
You have some fighters that are big show, big arena fighters, and they bask in this, they love this, they are born for this. You have other fighters where this would be like the rabbit in the headlights.
There's a counter shot. I don't think it's going to be a boxing match. This is going to be a fight. Nice counter shot. Nice counter punch right up the middle. And that left hook doesn't find its target. Oh, Larry Holmes just got dazed. Keeping those gloves up, the guard high, paying dividends as it seems that moment of trouble has passed.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get
a very competitive round with 10 seconds left? Let's talk about Holmes in that last round. From this moment forward, he cannot afford to lose another round.
the bell? Sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
Be smart. Get your shot.
Great work. I love that. I love that.
And there's the bell for round 2. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
And that hook misses. This fighter embodies the cardinal rule of boxing. Hit and don't get hit.
Outside fights create so much unpredictable movement. Move left to right, box forward, box backwards. You don't know if they're going to attack or defend. Nightmare fighters.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
They both want the knockout. A perfect counter shot. Punch scores. And he scores with the counter. Quick punch scores. They exchange punches. It's all offense all the time. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Ooh, that really affected Floyd there. Talk about Holmes in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
Good man. You feel good? Good man. Good man.
And there's the bell for round 3. Good counter punch. You'd like to see more jabs. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Throws the jab but does not score. Good counter punching. Nice counter. They miss with the jab. The straight right just misses. Well done with that counter shot. Big hook. Good thing it didn't land. Catch and shoot. Those counter punches have to hurt. The straight right just misses. So much for boxing. This is a fist fight. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Holmes in that last round. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw it.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got this.
Good round. I like that. I'm happy.
Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
The courage on display here is incredible. You can't make a mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be punished for it. Do you believe what we're seeing? How about that time counter shot? Generally speaking, you don't watch heavyweights to see a boxing match. You want to see a fist fight.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you gotta think him. You just gotta be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little faggot and pickpocket him.
That counter shot lands. Missing with the hook. So much firepower here. That counter punch caught him clean. No rest for the weary. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Holmes in that last round. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the bell.
Wow, it was like two different leagues.
You're way better than that guy. You've let him back.
Okay, I'm happy. I like that round. Good work. You were thinking.
Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
They're both looking for the knockouts here, and that's what we expect from heavyweights.
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
He threw a punch and just got countered. They threw the hook. It didn't land. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. What heart, what desire, but at what cost? to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. That's another scoring shot. Beautiful counter punch. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. This fighter is not interested in throwing one shot at a time. They throw combinations, and they throw them non-stop.
When you have a fight that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed, it's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
Very close round with 10 seconds to go. And Larry Holmes goes down. It looked great live. How will it look again on slow motion replay?
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
Let's talk about Holmes in that last round.
Don't worry about that round.
Here we go in the 6th round. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
Todd, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full barrel because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
He misses with that straight left. Punch, counter punch. You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. Oh, Larry Holmes now in some real trouble. It somehow weathered the storm.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Beautiful counter shot. Talk about punches and bunches. That's the mantra for this fighter with that exceptional hand speed.
What you've got to do, Toddy, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in a guess.
This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Talk about Holmes in that last round. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Now you go back out there. Switch back on.
And there's the bell for round 7. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Nice counter shot. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. Threw the left uppercut, but it misses. The perfect counter lands. So much for boxing. This is a fight. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
These are heavyweights, but I tell you That hand speed and footwork, they look like middleweights.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when he catches.
Nice counter punch. Straight right just misses. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Holmes in that last round. Well, it's no secret who has the advantage after that last round. Let's see what they...
Get your mind back on the job.
And we enter the 8th round. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
A perfect counter lands. They block that jab. Misses with the straight left. Beautiful counter punch. Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a tail. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
That counter punch caught him clean. Swing and a miss with the hook. What a punch. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Well, it's go back to the draw. I'm Todd Grisham, and what a venue. We are live at the Empire Fight Camp. Next to me, of course, is Johnny Nelson.
You tried to give me the slip, didn't you, my friend?
Here comes the Easton assassin, Larry Holmes, the man that beat Muhammad Ali but never has really gotten his just due. Criminally underrated. Let's see what he's got in store for us in this one. Smoking Joe Frazier.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner from Easton, Pennsylvania. Here is one of boxing's all-time greats, the heavyweight champion of the world, known as the Easton Assassin, introducing Larry Holmes. Fighting out of the blue corner, the Olympic gold medalist from Beaufort, South Carolina, the Hall of Famer from the golden era of heavyweights, a heavyweight champion of the world, Smokin' Joe Frazier.
Well, I hope you brought your sunglasses because we're fighting outside, and what a main event this should be.
I'm so giddy, so excited. The anticipation is second to none. Let's get it on.
Under the bright lights here for this one, really good matchup, and we're hoping for a really good fight. Frazier's been in so many hellacious battles over the years. The trilogy with Muhammad Ali, his fights against George Foreman, a true legend. They both won a highlight reel knockout. That straight hurt him. Good counter punch. If you like defense, you're going to love this fighter. Excellent defense. They stay on the outside. They use their jab efficiently, and they don't take damage.
The flat for the fight. If you've got a dancer out there in front, you've got to cut him off. Cut the ring off. Make the ring small. Put him on the back foot. Put him under pressure.
Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Both men step back for just a moment. This is a high-octane battle. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Holmes in that last round. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the scorecards. Gonna need it. And there's the bell for round 2. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
When you're training to fight a swarmer, you gotta focus on your conditioning because they will push you to the edge of your limits.
A swarmer, a good swarmer, will get inside you like a bee. Like a bee just pickpocketing, stinging you wherever you leave yourself open. That swarmer is the worst kind of fight to fight.
Nice counter shot. You'd like to see more jabs. Not a lot of defense here at all. Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Just as quickly as the action slows down, it heats back up. Nice counter shot. He's got a massive reach advantage. Let's see if he uses it.
You've got to make your opponent fight your kind of fight. They've got to get into your kind of argument, your kind of dance.
A perfect counter lands. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Holmes in that last round. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
You can't leave it up.
Here we go in round 3. Who's going to land the first big shot? Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Hook missed. Nice defense on that jab. That punch lands. And he scores with the counter. Pretty close fight here in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Neither fighter willing to slow down. Nice counter. They block the jab. Can't land the jab there. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Holmes in that last round. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt who won that round.
Come on, you've let him back into this.
Here we go to the 4th round. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round.
Whoa, hold on a second, Johnny. Oh, Larry Holmes just got dazed. Looks like they've shaken it off.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once, they know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense, work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
Generally speaking, you don't watch heavyweights to see a boxing match. You want to see a fist fight.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about...
Hold on a second, Johnny. Did you see that? Well, the Eastern Assassin in some trouble here. I thought that was going to be a knockdown at least.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself.
Whoa, Johnny, take a look at this action. Whoa, Larry Holmes now in some real trouble. And it appears they weathered the storm. How? I'm not sure.
Bing Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? That right hook catching air. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. talk about Holmes in that last.
Come on,
On to the fifth we go. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
This is the heavyweight division. One punch could end this fight.
Bob, look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. The first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight, stand there toe-to-toe with him. The second fight, he thought, this guy's aggressive. He's nasty. He'll do everything to get the win. I've got to box him. I've got to frustrate him. I've got to humiliate him and show him how good a boxer I am. That's the only way you beat an aggressive fighter. Show him your boxing skills. Step out of the way. Don't fight fire with fire. Use brain over brawn.
Counter shot lands. Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. Misses with the straight left. Blocks that jab. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Down goes Larry Holmes. Imagine seeing this punch coming and not being able to do anything about it.
I've got to see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Give me your glove.
Let's talk about Holmes in that last.
Don't worry about that round.
On to the sixth round. He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
There's a counter shot. This fighter's sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. He'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
Let me explain to you about a fast fighter that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed. They're confident. They know they just have to quick burst, boom. In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed. And that's why they can maintain this all the way through a fight.
Straight right just misses. Well done with that counter shot. No rest for the weary. They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Holmes in that last round. Well, we're entering desperate.
And now you've let him get back into it.
Here we go. It's round 7. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
stamina is off the charts. That counter punch caught him clean. Covering up. One punch could end this fight for either of these two heavyweights.
So you're getting in there with somebody that's so fast, you're prepared to take a licking because you've got to get some before you get in close.
He threw a punch and just got countered. The only fear you have with this heavyweight is has he punched himself out? Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? Nice counter punch right up the middle. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. A perfect counter shot. That punch scores. Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Holmes in that last round. I promise you, all three judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight because if they...
Great whip. I love that.
And we enter the 8th round. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in a fight. They've got to relax.
Nice job getting that punch through. Incredible work rate. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. I'm not sure about the judges on this one. A split decision win.
A split decision, I've enjoyed that. I actually forgot the rounds rolled by. The rounds were that close, they flew by. But what excitement. I could watch another 15 rounds of that. They probably can't do it, but we can watch it. Split decision, good call.